What's up, guys? This is Mr. Former here, and today I'm going to tell you about my last days on the plantation, aka my last relationship. Now, this woman that you see in the pictures with me, she's 6'2", okay, brown skinned, body, amazing body, okay, and incredible in the bedroom. And now she had a lot of legs. A lot of legs. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this woman got to the point with me where she was going to become my second wife. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was about to do it again. At this point in time, I didn't learn my lesson. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize what was really going on. You know what I'm saying? I was still in my blue pill mindset. I was still on the plantation. And I thought that all I had to do was just treat her well and work my job and provide and do what I got to do, and everything would be fine. But this woman here, like most women, are never, ever, ever satisfied. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, never, ever satisfied. Okay? Now, let's go into a little bit. Now, this woman had 5, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. Okay? She was a single mother. Red flags, red flags, red flags. But back then, I didn't know anything about these red flags. I didn't know the dangers of single mothers. Okay, she also had her baby father who was in and out of the picture or whatever. Now, mind you, this guy would come by to see his children at night. So you know already. So you already know already. And that's what caused pretty much of the breakup, because, I caught wind of him coming to visit children at night. Now, why would you come to visit your children at night when they in the bed sleeping? That's right. But anyway, now I did a lot of things for this woman. I did a lot for this woman. Now, mind you, I live in the city of Boston, okay? And she lived in the city of Lowell, Massachusetts. Now, that is a 40-minute drive, okay, to go see this woman. Now, whenever I would go to this woman's house, she would beg me to come out to her house. And I would go out there. Okay, and she would hold me hostage. She'd hold me hostage for about 4 days at a time. Okay, plus she would hold me hostage on the weekends. So I had about maybe 1 day a week at home at my house. Now, when she would get me way out there in that town, okay, the first 2 days everything's great. Then here she go with the bullshit. Okay, she would trap me out there in that town so that way she could treat me, like how they love to treat you. They love to treat you fucked up and say all kind of shit and start fights and call the police. But, see, I had an advantage. I had my own house. I had my own apartment. And I had a vehicle so I could get up and just bounce whenever I felt like it. And I would do so. You know what I'm saying? But you know what would keep me coming back? I mean, look at this woman. Just look at this woman. You already know what would keep me coming back. Now, I told you she was like over 6 feet tall. And she had a lot of legs. And you better believe, missionary style, them legs was bent up all over the place, wrapped all over me. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't help it. She was putting it on me. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? Now, I thought that I loved her. I don't know if I loved her. I don't know what I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think I did love her because Now, I haven't been with this woman for about 5 years now. I've been off the plantation, okay? And let me tell you the truth. I still, to this day, every now and then, have dreams about this woman. This woman shows up in my dreams still to this day. Okay? Now, I have no desire to be with this woman or to be in a relationship with any woman. But for some reason, this woman still comes into my subconscious. Now, I would come visit this woman. We would make plans to go out and come visit and stuff like this. Now check this out. She would say, "Oh yeah, hold on a minute. I'll let you know when you can come over." And I'd be waiting around for hours. Mind you, I drove 40 minutes to come see this woman, waiting around for hours to come see her and then not get a call at all. I'm in town. Like, what the fuck? Okay? And that's when I started catching wind of, okay, that's when I started realizing, because that was blatant. Like, yo, something's going on. She's fucking around doing something. You know, mind you, this was a woman that was always looking into my phone, accusing me of doing stuff, of cheating on her, accusing me of messing with women. You know, it was hell. All the accusations and all this stuff. And this is the woman, remember a few videos back when I was talking about the indifference of women? This is the woman that told me she was indifferent to me moving to the town or whatever. So basically she didn't care. Okay? Now, I bought this woman all kinds of stuff. I did all kinds of things for her children. Amusement parks, Six Flags, clothes. I helped pay bills. You know, I did everything that a blue pill simp is supposed to do. Everything that they tell you how you're supposed to be with a woman and everything like that. I did all of that stuff just to be treated like a fucking dickhead. Just to be treated like a simp. Okay? Now, this woman played me for a sucker because at the time I was. You know, just like many of you guys out there who are involved with these women right now. And you think and believe that because she's beautiful, that she's good, that everything's fine. Yeah, you may have your arguments, this and that, but you know, it's a relationship. We gotta work at it. You know, it's bullshit. You're being set up for the fall. Okay? Because no matter what you do, how good you are, whatever, especially if you treat them well, if you treat them good, that's when they're gonna fuck around and do bullcrap to you. Okay? Just like this woman here, my last relationship. Now she done had court cases. I done been to court with her. I done went to the kids' schools and been there for her and her kids. I done went to funerals, weddings, everything. I was there when her mother died. I was there for everything. And then all of a sudden, she just started pushing me away. Okay? And meanwhile, I had my own life going on back in Boston. At this time, I was heavily into the music and we were recording stuff and stuff like that. And I was always coming to recording sessions late. I would spit my verse and then fall on the floor tired because I was working a job. I had to work from 5 to 5, 5 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. Then drive from Boston all the way to Lowell. Be with this woman, okay? Interact with her fucking kids because she demanded me that I had to interact with her kids. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Demanded. So, I guess I have to interact with the kids if I want some pussy, right? So that's what I did. Okay? She demanded that I take her out. Okay? She demanded that I buy this, do this, move that, do all kinds of shit, entertain her friends, all of this shit. You know how much money I was spending from traveling and taking care of her, taking care of her kids, taking care of my own household and her household at the same time? It was ridiculous. Okay? All this to be unappreciated. All this to be called a liar, to be called a cheater. All this to be disrespected. Okay? She would cook for me, and she would put the food in the oven, and I'd sit around hungry all night long. And she would say, "Didn't you?" I would tell her, "Yo, I'm hungry, man. You didn't make nothing." She said, "Yeah, I cooked. It's in the stove." And I'm like, "Why would the food be in the stove? When I come in this house, you're supposed to present that food to me. Like, honey, here's the food. You don't just throw it in the oven and then don't say nothing to me about it." She would be like, "Oh, well, you should go look for it." Why would I go look for some shit? You cook the food, bring me the food. And I would yell at her and complain about that shit all the fucking time. And she didn't give a shit. She wouldn't change her ways. You know what I'm saying? Now, there was a lot of things going on wrong in this relationship. Now, it was totally one-sided. I was doing everything, and I was getting nothing out of it, you know? But back then, it was because she was a pretty woman, and I was getting lots of sex, and so I was accepting all of these things. Now, let me tell you something, guys. My problem was, at this time, was afraid to lose her. I was afraid to lose her. Okay? Not because she was pretty and all that, but just because I didn't, I loved being in a relationship. I liked having somebody to care for and all of these things, and I thought that I was receiving love in return, but it was not. It was all what I could do for her and not what she could do for me, because whenever I would ask her to do something for me, it would be a problem. Now, one of the last straws is one time I had to pay my phone bill. I didn't have the money on me at the time. I called her up, said, "Look pay my phone bill. I'll pay you the money when I see you," which is going to be later on today. You know what this woman said to me? She said, "Why should I do that?" Did you hear me? She said, "Why should I do that?" And I told her, "Well, you should do it because me and you are in a relationship and we look out for each other, but I see now that we're not in a relationship." And I hung up on her. And I didn't see her for a while. She actually came to my house. She traveled all the way to Boston, came to my house, put it on me, and then guess what? We're back into the relationship. And then it was the same old stuff over and over and over again. Until one week I finally wisened up. I didn't go see her for about a week. And I just stayed home and did what I had to do and enjoyed my life. And I got to tell you guys, when I did that, I got a little taste of freedom. I felt good. I was at the point where I didn't even like her no more. I didn't like her as a person. I didn't even fucking like this woman no more. I didn't like her at all. I would just go see her just to have sex. You know what I'm saying? And there's no kind of relationship. But then one day she called me over there to drop something off. I went to go drop it off. And she's guarding me from walking through the house. And I'm like, "Yo, what's going on? Why you guard me? Like, what's going on?" And she had this funny ass look on her face or whatever. So I just said, "You know what? Here, take your shit." And I walked in there. I said, "I'm taking my PlayStation," and I left. And I haven't seen her since. I mean, I've got, we've talked on the phone, and she's hit me up on sites or whatever, but I don't have any other interactions like that with her. Now she's out there on dating websites looking for a guy, when she had a good guy, but she messed that up, just like they all do. Okay? Word is on the street that she got back with her baby father, and her baby father whooping her ass. Okay? And I've received a few phone calls, and I saw her number on my phone, and I haven't picked up. Little does she know that I'm mgtow now. Little does she know that I'm off the plantation. Okay? And I have this red pill knowledge, and I know better. I know that I'm the prize now. Okay? I know my value. I know that I'm much more greater than a relationship ever could be. You know what I'm saying? I know that without me, she is nothing. And I see it. And now she sees it. Because I've actually told her this beforehand. And this is the woman that I talked to when I was a blue pill. I told her, I said, hey, if this don't work out, I'm never doing this ever again. And guys, I've stuck and true to my word. Ever since that relationship ended, I have never been in another relationship with a woman ever. And I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? I might fulfill my human needs, but all that relationship stuff is over. And I just wanted to share this quick story with you guys. You know what I mean? I know it might be a little long-winded, but I just wanted to share this with you and just show you my last relationship and just give you little tidbits of it. I mean, I've been sharing my relationship in the past couple of videos, if you pay attention. But I just wanted to give you guys a visual. This is the woman that I loved. And this is a woman, I'm going to tell you the truth. I still love this woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Yeah, I still love this woman despite all of that stuff that she did to me. Okay? I didn't go too deep into it, but she did a lot of bad shit. And it hurt. But I got to tell you, I still love this woman. But would I accept her back into my heart? Would I accept her back into my life? Would I accept her in a relationship ever again? No. That ship has sailed. It's over. And that's why I'm mgtow. And I look back on my last days on the plantation. And that's why I keep these pictures. Because anytime I start feeling like I miss being in a relationship, I just take a look at these pictures and I think back. And I suggest you men out there do the same thing. The last woman that you were married to or the last woman that you were in a relationship with, keep those pictures. And whenever you start feeling that feeling in your heart, open up that book and look at these pictures and think back to this relationship. Think back to how you were treated. Think back to the way you felt when you were in this relationship. Think back to the depression, the anger, the hurt, the anguish, the confusion, the uncertainty, okay? The loneliness that you felt while you were with this woman. And think to the freedom that you have now as a mgtow. Think to the happiness that you have now as a mgtow. Now that you've accepted who you are and you accept life for what it really is and you go with it and you're on your purpose and you continue to stay on your path. This has been Mr. Former. Remember, don't drop that shit. Stay on your path. Stay mgtow. Have a good one, gentlemen.